Yeah, so now would be the time to go ahead and everybody mute yourself, and you can just unmute if you do need to say something. In fact, as we start, I wanted to actually have an opportunity for a few people to speak and chime in. So at that point, you can like unmute if you have something to share, or again, if my audio goes out or my video goes out and like you need to alert me to that, then feel free to unmute. It's a little funny to be like, you know, demonstrating and practicing with you all, because I'm used to being able to sort of more kind of see what you're doing in class and kind of give you feedback in the moment. But that having been said, it's still really beautiful to be able to be together in this way. And like, as for those of you that practiced on Wednesday, I got the feedback that you could really sort of still all feel each other, and that was like an amazing. It was amazing to sort of experience that, even though we're in this like digital sort of virtual space. I did want to just share, like, you know, a couple things that are keeping me centered and grounded, just as something to offer, is like definitely trying to keep a schedule, you know, getting up and getting dressed, and scheduling out my day is really helping. Daily journaling is really helping me, just a little bit of journaling and a little bit of meditation, just to stay checked in with myself. And also I wanted to offer this idea that I've sort of also gotten back to in my own practice, which is sort of the idea of ritual, whatever that looks like for you. So for me, it's like getting up and doing a little mantra, a little chanting, and a little meditation. And even, you know, like I dusted off my altar, and I've been making like a little offering and lighting a candle and stuff. And so just kind of putting myself sort of back in sort of a space where I have little daily rituals to check in with the bigger world, I guess. So that's been helping me a lot. Let's Om together. So if you're in a space where you're not able to Om out loud, that's okay. Or if it would be weird to do so, that's totally okay. But if you do want to make a little sound, then you can just make a little sound. And many of you know this already about Jivamukti Yoga, but we always have a focus of the month, which helps to sort of guide us towards particular aspects of the practice. And this month's focus in particular has to do with a verse from the Yoga Sutras, which is a teaching about how to bring about serenity of mind. So I'll just talk a little bit about it. It's a bit of a long sutra to chant all together, especially since we're in remote places and we don't all have the text in front of us and whatever. But I'll just talk a little bit about what this verse advises us to do. So the verse says, in order to bring about serenity of mind, in Sanskrit that's chitta prasadanam. I'm sure something we could all use in this time. Chitta prasadanam. So in order to bring about serenity of mind, we should practice extending these 4 attitudes towards people we might encounter. So we should extend friendliness and happiness towards those who are happy. We should extend sympathy, compassion for those who are unhappy. We should take delight in those who are virtuous, and we should extend sort of indifference to those who are unvirtuous, right? So this particular verse says we're likely to encounter these four kinds of people, right? Happy people, unhappy people, virtuous people, and not so very virtuous people. And that when we encounter those people, the best way to maintain our own state of mind is to cultivate these four attitudes, right? Easier said than done, because of course, like, sure, sometimes it's easy to be happy for people who are happy, but sometimes not so very much, right? Sometimes, you know, someone we don't like gets something good and we think, oh, they shouldn't have gotten that. I wish they were a little less happy, right? Or sometimes even a friend, someone that we like gets something, a promotion, a job, a house, gets pregnant, whatever, and we think like, oh, I'm so happy for you. But there's that twinge of envy or a twinge of jealousy. So you see, it's not quite so easy for us to exactly perfectly extend these attitudes, right? The second one, which is feeling compassion for those who are suffering, I think in some weird kind of way right now is giving us an opportunity to really feel compassion for those who are suffering. And I think because of the fact that we're all going through something sort of simultaneously, that's sort of activating in us this sense of interconnectedness, this sense that other people's unhappiness is intertwined with our own, and that everybody in some sense is experiencing fear or loss or confusion right now. And so right now it's interesting that that's maybe the one that's easiest to access within us. And then the third one, right, being delighted for those who are acting virtuously in the world. So sure, when we think of like the medics that are helping people, when we think of, you know, people that are really extending themselves to be helpful in the world, it's easy to feel a sense of like delight, appreciation, invigoration, inspiration from those people that are doing good works in the world. But it's not always so easy. Like, think about when you hear certain politicians like doing the right thing, but kind of despite themselves. Like when I hear sort of one of our elected officials saying that they want, you know, testing to be free, and they want healthcare to be accessible, and they want a certain amount of you know, wealth redistribution, for lack of a better word. And I think in my mind, it's hard for me to not think, you hypocrites, right? Instead of just being able to flatly feel like, yeah, okay, good for them for doing the right thing, taking delight in them doing the right thing ultimately, right? So not so very easy. You can see how it gets tricky. And then the last one is feeling indifferent to those who are doing things that we don't agree with, the unvirtuous ones, right? And it is hard to feel indifferent towards that, because because we all want so much for there to be good in this world. And when we see people doing something that is not so very virtuous, it's hard to feel that sense of like, you know what, that's on them, it's none of my business, right? So actually, just even before we start, I wanted to kind of make it a little bit interactive. I wanted to rewind back to the feeling delight for those who are happy. And I wanted to see if a few people would be willing to just share like one happy thing that happened in the last week, like something that some good news or some happy news. And for those of us listening, just to observe our own minds as we hear of someone else's happiness, and are we really truly able to take unfettered delight in what we're hearing for that person, or is there a tinge of like, oh, but that didn't happen to me, oh, they still have work, but now I'm out of work. And it in other words, just to observe the obstacles that might come up as we hear from, let's hear from 4 people. I can start if no one's ready. Yes.
As an organization that I work at, I have the very wonderful privilege of letting our staff around the world know that even as they lose childcare and are on lockdown, no matter how they need to adjust their schedules, they will continue to get their full salary no matter what. And we're aligning with them, helping support them any way we can. So I'm going down to 50% because now they have 2 people home working or 1 person sick. And so that's all they can do. And the gratitude from all of these people is incredible. And I get to like create policies like this that are humane and flexible.
Thank you.
My brother just had a baby.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, crazy timing because his wife was, she's already really concerned about like flu vaccines and all these kind of things, and she's really tuned into all of that. And then they literally had their child like right as this outbreak happened. So it's been interesting. Like, my mom went down to the hospital and they had to limit like how many people could go in and everything like that. But the baby's healthy and, it's new life in the midst of everything.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
So I'm my career is a history humanities teacher, and more recently I coach like new teachers in the field. I'm not working right now, but I've been amazed at seeing all the amazing ways and creative ways that they've been serving their students online, just stepping up and doing whatever they can to access their students and keep them engaged and continue to serve them. I've just like been floored by what I've been seeing by so many of them that I interact with. And then there's hundreds and thousands and millions that I don't know that are doing the same.
You're maybe from one more?
Hi, Jessica. Alyssa.
Oh, hi, Alyssa.
Hi. I'm just still so grateful that my daughter is home. So she was studying abroad in Italy, and she's been home for 9 days now. We have her in quarantine. I'm just incredibly delighted that she is here with us, healthy, and that I just keep being amazed at how lucky we are that we have her.
That's wonderful. Thank you all for sharing. And yeah, let's get a move on, shall we? I planned to do a little bit more sort of upper, shoulder and upper back work, especially because I'm sure people are feeling tense and stressed, and also I'm sure that there's a lot of computer work going on. So I thought it would be nice to kind of get our upper bodies open a bit. So that'll be kind of the thrust of the class, as it were. So let's come forward onto hands and knees, and we'll press right back into a downward facing dog. And just start to just feel the body this morning. You know, what kind of sensations are going on or not going on? Is the body cold or warm or stiff or flexible? Just observing where you're at without and resisting the desire for it to be something else, but just staying with what is. And start to come into the breath. So deeper, fuller inhales, fuller, more complete exhales. And you can practice for a few rounds of breath. You can practice deepening the breath in both directions. So like at the top of your fullest inhale, could you take even just one more little sip of air in at the top? And at the bottom of your deepest exhale, could you squeeze just a little bit more air out? And then keep going like that for a few rounds so that you're extending the breath in both directions. You know, me and my 9:15 coffee. Okay. So start to walk the feet forward towards the hands and fold forward over the legs. Hands and feet press down into the floor, even if you need to bend the knees a little bit, or even if you want to grab your blocks and put blocks under your hands. If you don't have blocks around, feel free to get creative. I saw a picture of someone yesterday with like the dishwashing material, the containers under their hands. And then separate the feet about mat width distance apart or so. Bend the knees and come into a deep squatting position with the hands together at the center of the chest. And then lift up tall in the upper body. Gaze straight ahead of you. If squatting isn't for you today, you can do a little bit less. You could just go halfway down, or you could sit this one out if it's bothering your knees. And then bring the hands down to the floor, raise the hips up and fold forward over the legs. And then heel to the feet all the way together. Bring the arms behind the back and interlock the fingers together into one fist. Stretch the arms away from the back, let the head go down. Let the weight of the arms sort of help to bring the chest closer towards the legs. And then with your inhale, bend your knees, open your chest and look forward. And with your exhale, extend the legs to fold. Inhale, bend the knees, open the chest and look forward. Exhale, extend, folding over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Sit a little bit lower, squeeze the inner knees together. Pull the navel in towards the spine, keep lifting the arms away from the back. And then keep your arms doing what they're doing. Stand all the way upright. Lift the top of the chest, bring your chin towards your chest, and keep lifting the arms as high up away from the back as you can manage. See if you could notice if the tailbone is going way out away from you, and try to sort of drag the tailbone down towards, to point towards the heels. And then lift the head up to the center and keeping the hands clasped, see if you can swing your hands all the way over to your left waist. So your fingers are interlaced, your elbows bend, and then you're sort of hugging your fist towards your left waist. That's it. And then squeeze your elbows towards each other as if you wanted them to touch. Keep the shoulders down, but then bring the left ear in the direction of the left shoulder. So you're tilting the head a little bit towards the left. Getting into that spot that doesn't get a lot of stretching, as you can probably feel. This is one of my favorite upper body stretches because it gets right into all those scalenes and SCMs and all that magical stuff that gets very, very tense sometimes. Lift the head up to the center, reach the arms back behind you. And then bring the hands all the way over to the right waist. Squeeze the forearms towards each other as if you wanted the forearms to touch together, which may or may not happen. And then shrug the shoulders down a bit and then tilt your head as if you want the right ear to come towards the right shoulder. And then lift your head to the center, reach the arms back. And then reaching the arms overhead, clasp the fingers together into one fist. Reach the arms up, clasp the hands together. That's it. Squeeze the elbows towards the sides of the head. And then as you exhale, bend to your left. Inhale up to the center. Exhale, bend to the right for 2. Inhale, center. Exhale, left, 3. Inhale, center. Exhale, right, 4. Inhale, center. Exhale, left, 5. Inhale, we're going to go to 10. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. And exhale, 10. Good. Inhale, lift all the way up to the center. Release the fingers apart from one another, but the arms are still stretching overhead. And then bend the right elbow behind your back and touch the space between your shoulder blades with your right hand. Then hold onto your left elbow with your left hand. And with your left hand, pull up on the elbow, almost like you're trying to pull the tip of the elbow up towards the ceiling. Then keep that happening, but bend over towards the left side. Stay there, breathe in, breathe out 1. Keep pushing the back of your head into your arms, breathe out 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Lift all the way upright and reach both arms up. And then bend the left elbow around behind the head. So the left hand wants to touch the space between the shoulder blades. Right hand holds the left elbow and then pull up on the left elbow and bend to the right side. Breathe in, breathe out 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lift up, reach the arms up. Interlace the hands, place the hands behind your head. Elbows reaching out to the sides. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out, arch back. Lean the back of your head into your hands. Inhale. Exhale, arch back a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, arch back a wee bit more. Inhale, stand all the way up. And then exhale, release the arms. So, sun salutation. So go ahead and step towards the front part of the mat. Join the legs and the feet together. Here we go. Ashtanga A, sun salutation. Inhale, reach the arms up. Hands pressed together, straighten the elbows. Press the feet down. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the floor beside the feet. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, hop, step, or walk back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe 5 times. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, hop or step, feet to hands. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand up, reach the arms up. Exhale, release the arms. Again, inhale, reach up, palms of hands pressed, gaze upwards towards the hands. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the floor. Inhale, lift head and chest. Exhale, hop, step, or walk back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bend the knees. Inhale, step or hop forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand up, reach the arms up. Exhale, release the arms. One more time. Inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, make your way back into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bend knees. Inhale, step or hop forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand up, reach the arms up. And exhale, release the arms. Now Jivamukti style sun salutations. Hook your thumbs. Inhale, reach up, arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, swing the arms behind the back, place the hands together, folding forward. Inhale, hands to the floor. Step the right foot back to lunge, look forward. Exhale, step all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank pose. Exhale, lower halfway down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, slide forward into cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes. Sit all the way back towards the feet. And then extend the legs, downward dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, look forward. Exhale, left foot next to right foot, fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, arch back, straighten legs at the top. Exhale, bend knees, swing arms all the way around behind, lace the hands together. Inhale, hands to the floor, step the left foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward into plank pose. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes. Seat back towards the feet and then extend the legs. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, right foot follows. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, stand up, release the arms. As you inhale now, bend the knees, reach the arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to the floor, fold forward. Inhale, lift head and chest. Exhale, hop, step, or walk back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step right foot forward, back heel down. Reach up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back and lower Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left foot steps forward, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back and slowly lower. Inhale, move forward. Exhale, go back. Again, inhale, right foot forward, back heel down, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back and lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Hold, 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bend the knees. Inhale, upper step forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees. Reach the arms up. Exhale, stand up and release the arms. Separate the feet now, about inner hip width distance apart, hands on your waist. Inhale, lift up the chest and arch back. Exhale, fold forward over both legs. Grab hold of the big toes. Yogic toe lock. Inhale, head and chest lift. Exhale, fold forward. Crown of head reaching down in the direction of the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Inhale, lift head and chest. Release the grip on the toes and slide the palms of the hands underneath the soles of the feet. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Inhale, lift head and chest. Get the hands out from under the feet. Hands on your waist. Inhale, lift all the way upright to a standing position. And then exhale, join the feet and the legs together. Inhale, bend the knees. Reach the arms up. Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to the floor. Fold forward. Inhale, lift head and chest. Exhale, make your way back to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, turn the back heel down, reach all the way up to warrior 1. And then for today's warrior 1, let's do this. Interlace the hands and place the hands behind your head, just like, kind of like we did in the warm up there. And then lean the back of the head into the hands a bit and keep reaching the elbows out to the right and left side. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, 2, lift the center of the chest up. Exhale, 3, good. With an inhale, extend the right leg and reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, bend the right knee, hands to the floor, and place the left knee down onto the floor. Then bring both hands onto the right leg. Scoot the right foot a little bit more forward, coming towards a crescent lunge, and then pull the navel in and up. And start to bend the right knee. Now, with your hands that are on your right thigh, I like to kind of push my hands into my right leg in order to help my chest move back more. One last detail is take the outer left hip and try to almost turn the outer left hip in a little bit more so that it's not sort of flaring out and opening out to the side. Then, as an option, you can hook your thumbs and reach your arms up and back. Crescent lunge. Good, and then reaching all the way up. Keep the left arm up where it is. Bring the right arm alongside the body. And then reach your left fingertips towards the right. So taking a side bend, taking it into a side bend. Reach the right fingertips as if you wanted to reach and touch the floor, even if it doesn't happen. And then with your next inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to the floor and step back to downward facing dog. Other side, step the left foot forward, right heel down, reach all the way up to warrior 1. And then for today's practice, bring your hands behind your head. Lift the center of the chest and arch back. Feel like you're able to lift the navel in towards the spine. And the chest is lifting more than the back is arching. So make it more about lifting the top of the chest rather than sort of how far back you can lean into it. And then with your next inhale, straighten the left leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the left knee, hands to the floor, and place the right knee down onto the floor. Then lift the trunk upright, both hands onto the top of the left leg, and scooch the left foot a little bit more forward. Now, lift the navel in and up, and even try to make a little bit more space between the point of the front point of the left hip and the top of the left thigh. And then start to bend the left knee. Crescent lunge. Turn that right hip a little bit more inwards. So rotate it inwards towards the inner left thigh. And then use your hands to push against your leg, almost like you're trying to push your chest back away from your leg. Now, as an option, again, you could hook your thumbs and reach your arms alongside your ears for crescent lunge. And then reach all the way upright. Keep the right arm reaching up in the air, left arm alongside the body, and moving into a side bend now. So the right arm reaches all the way over towards the left wall, as if the left fingers wanted to touch the floor, even if they don't. Good. Inhale, arms reach up, come up to the center. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Now step the right foot forward, back heel down, reach all the way up to warrior one. Exhaling, open hips and arms to the side, warrior two. Good, inhale, straighten the right leg. And then exhale, reach out to the right for triangle. Right hand touches the middle of the right shin. Left arm reaches up. Both legs straight, both of the upper legs firm, especially that front leg since it's doing a little bit more work in that regard. Shrug the tops of the shoulders down away from the ears. Gaze up towards the top hand. And then with an inhale, stand all the way upright. Bend the right knee for warrior two. Try to have the trunk going straight up and down, so shoulders right over the hips, both sides of the waist equally elongated, not one shorter or longer. Arms reaching out in both directions. Centering the right knee directly over the right ankle. And then with an inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend the right knee. Place the right hand down outside of the right foot, either to the floor or to a block if you have one. Reach the left arm all the way over the left ear for extended side angle. Rebecca and Jen, see that your feet are heel to heel and that you're not over crossed, huh? I can't check, so you gotta check now. Turn the center of the chest, look underneath the left upper arm towards the ceiling. Keep reaching strongly down and back through the left heel as you reach through the left fingertips. Make that whole side of the body as long as you've ever lengthened it. Bring both hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward, right heel down. Reach all the way up to warrior one. Exhale, opening arms and hips, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, reach to the left, triangle, left hand down, right arm up. Good, try to firm up the tops of the legs here. And again, make both sides of the waist equally long, so you're not sort of shortening one side or the other. With an inhale, stand all the way upright. Exhale, bend the left knee, centering the left knee directly over the left ankle. See that it's not drifting in one direction or the other. Reach up through both arms in both directions. And then again, see that the trunk is really long and the shoulders are stacked over the hips. With an inhale, straighten the left leg. With an exhale, bend the left knee. Place the left hand down outside of the left foot, either to the floor or to a block. Inhale, right arm reaches over the right ear. Turn the chest, turn the trunk. And again, imagine you want to press down and back through the right foot with as much energy as you're reaching along through the right arm. So you're kind of unzipping that whole right side seam of the body. And then bring both hands to the floor and step all the way back to downward facing dog. Inhaling, step the right foot forward between the hands. Keep the feet where they are. Start to straighten the front leg, so don't hop the back foot in yet. Keeping this longer stance, even if it feels a little bit strange. Try to square the front of the hips towards the front edge of your yoga mat. both legs long, and again, try to firm up the upper legs. So zip up those kneecaps onto the fronts of the legs and fold forward. Bend the right knee. Now take a small step closer with the back foot, shortening the stance. Try to get both heels down, and then re-straighten both legs. Again, try to get the front part of both hips facing forward, both legs straight, both legs firm, and then fold forward. And then for this variation, turn the hands around. So now the fingertips are pointing behind, and walk the hands back as far as you can. And then with your fingerprints, almost pull on the floor. So it's almost like you're trying to kind of like pull your trunk closer to your leg. And turn their hands around and start to walk them forward. Lift your head and your chest. And then, third time's a charm. Here we go. Then this time, lift your head and your chest and almost imagine you're trying to like pull the upper arm bone forward and push the upper leg bones back. So it's almost like you're trying to make a bigger distance between the upper arm bones and the upper leg bones. And then keeping the legs straight, see how far forward you could walk your fingertips to fold forward. Now this time, instead of letting the head drop down, try this instead. Imagine you're trying to like reach your chin towards your ankle or even towards your big toe. And like try to touch your chin to your toe. I mean, it probably won't happen unless something is very wrong, but you can try. Okay, good. And then walk the hands back, bend the right knee, step all the way back, downward facing dog. Ooh, oh yeah, right leg. How you feeling now? Step the left foot forward. And then keep the feet where they are for now. Start to straighten the front leg. Firm up both legs. And then fold forward. Good. Bending the left knee. Take a small step closer with the right foot so you can ground both heels down. Straighten both legs and take an inhale to lift your head and chest, look forward. Square off the hip creases towards the front of the mat and then fold forward. And then for this second variation, turn the fingertips around and try to walk the fingertips like far back as you possibly can. Yeah, and then almost as if you're like pulling on the floor with your fingertips, pull yourself closer to your left leg. Good. So turn the hands around, walk the hands forward. Did someone accidentally unmute themselves?
Oh, yeah, me. I thought maybe you could hear me.
No worries. Okay, so lift your head, lift your chest, lift as high up onto the tips of the fingers as you possibly can. And then even take that moment, like it's almost as if from inside your body, you're trying to move the upper arm bones forward and move the upper leg bones back. So try to like increase that space there, even if it's just by a nanometer. And then see if you can keep some length happening across the sides of the waist. Walk the hands as far forward as you can. And then imagine you're almost like trying to drag your chin down towards your ankle or down towards your big toe. Wow, that changes things a little bit. And then walk the hands back, bend the left knee, step all the way back, downward facing dog. Alrighty then. Step the right foot forward between the hands, reach the arms all the way up for high lunge. Interlace the hands together and press the palms of the hands up towards the ceiling. And then with an inhale, straighten the right leg. Keeping the back leg straight, exhale, bend the right knee. Have both hips facing straight ahead. Inhale, extend and reach, lift up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend, reach, lift up. Exhale, bend the right knee. Keep the right knee bending now. Bring the right arm alongside the body. Left fingertips reach up to the ceiling. And then take that same side bend, similar side bend as we did in that crescent lunge. So it's almost as if you're reaching the right hand towards the floor, although this time it definitely won't touch. And then reach the arms all the way up overhead. Hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Other side, step the left foot forward. Reach both arms up overhead, interlace the hands together, flip the palms of the hands over, try to straighten the elbows as best you can. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend and straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend, lift up. Exhale, bend, unlace the hands, bring the left arm alongside the body. Reach the right fingertips higher up to the ceiling and then start to bend towards the left. So stretching the whole right side seam of the body. Feel like there's like one long line of sensation from the right fingertips all the way down the side of the body, all the way down the right leg. Good, and then reach both arms up, hands to the floor, step all the way back, downward dog. And bend the knees and look forward, hop or step feet to hands. And exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up. Exhale, stand up, arms alongside the body. Woohoo! Bend the knees, reach the arms up. Hands to prayer, twist to the right side. Hook your left upper arm outside of your right knee. Palms of the hands pressing together. Squeeze the inner knees together. Try to lift the little inner ankle bones away from one another so that they're not clicking together. And then bend the knees even more. Reach the left hand down. Try to touch the floor or a block beside the right foot. And then step the left foot back for standing spinal twist. Right arm reaches all the way long over the right ear. Try to firm up the upper back leg there, so nice and straight and strong. Good, and then we're going to slowly backtrack. Reach the right arm up. Step the left foot forward next to the right foot. Press the palms of the hands together, and then with the knees bent, reach the arms up to the center and stand up to release the arms. Bend the knees, reach the arms up. Hands to prayer, twist to the left side. Hook the right upper arm outside of the left knee. Again, inner knees squeezing, inner ankle bones trying to lift up away from one another. And then bend the knees a little bit more deeply. Reach the right hand down to touch the floor next to the left foot. And then step the right foot back to a long lunge for standing spinal twist. Left arm reaches all the way overhead. Try to straighten and firm up that back leg as best you can. Good, so we're going to slowly backtrack. Reach the left arm up. Step the right foot forward, feet together. Press the palms of the hands together, and then keeping the knees bent, reach up to the center and stand up, release the arms. Good, okay. Step the left foot back now. Preparing for rotated triangle, everybody's favorite. Reach the left arm up. With both legs straight, place the left hand all the way across to the right side of the right foot and reach the right arm up. Turn your chest. Keep pulling the right hip crease back and down. Both legs super strong. Ground down through both heels. And then lift all the way upright to a standing position. And step forward, feet together. Step the right foot back now. Reach the right arm up with both legs straight and strong. Place the right hand all the way across to the left side of the left foot. Reach the left arm up. Turn your chest towards the left. Turn your chest. That's it. Lift all the way upright to a standing position and then step forward, feet together. Turn to face either side and step feet wide apart. Hands on your waist. Look at your feet and turn your feet a little bit inwards towards each other. Lift up the chest, arch back, see the ceiling. And then fold forward over both legs. Place the hands onto the floor between the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring the crown of the head down in the direction of the floor for 1, 2, 3. Push the hands down. 4, 5. Good. Inhale, head and chest lift. Exhale, hands on your waist. Inhale, stand all the way upright. Exhale, bring the hands behind the back and interlace the hands together into one fist. Inhale, lift up the chest. Roll the upper arm bones towards each other. Exhale, fold forward again. Top of the head reaching down in the direction of the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. With an inhale, stand all the way upright. Exhale, hands on your waist. Last times like this. Inhale, lift up the chest, squeeze the elbows towards each other. Exhale, fold forward. This time, reach on either hold onto the big toes or you can hold onto the outer ankles. Inhale a breath, exhale, pull the top of the head down in the direction of the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, head and chest lift. Exhale, hands on your waist. Inhale, stand all the way upright. Exhale, join the feet and the legs together. Good. Turn towards the front of your mat again. And with your left hand on your left waist, bend the right knee into the chest. Grab hold of the right big toe, yoga toe lock. Straighten the standing leg as much as you can. Squeeze the side of your left waist with your left hand. And then start to extend the right leg forward. Even if this leg doesn't extend all the way, that's okay. It could be a bit bent, but try to face both shoulders forward towards the direction you're facing. And try to keep the standing leg nice and straight. Bend the right knee into the chest. Open the right knee out to the side and extend the right leg out to the right. Steady your gaze, steady your breath. Bend the right knee, bring the right knee forward, give the right knee a little squeeze, and release, feet together. Bend the left knee into the chest, grab hold of the left big toe, yoga toe lock, right hand on your right waist, and then start to extend the left leg forward as best you can. 1. Try to maintain a straight standing leg, if anything else. Keep the center of the chest lifting. 2. And then bend the left knee, carry the left knee out to the left side, and start to extend the left leg out. Bend the left knee, carry it forward, give the left knee a little bit of a squeeze, and release, feet together. It's time now for inversion practice. So for today, depending on how much space you have in the room and whether you have a wall available to you or not, you're welcome to practice any of the 3 sort of active inversions. So handstand, forearm stand, headstand, or even a little bit of all 3 for the next 5 minutes. But again, might depend on your space or what you have available to you. Might depend on what you're able to do in your body today. Be mindful of injuries and other things, of course.
Can we do shoulder stand?
No, because we're going to do shoulder stand at the end.
Okay.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But for today's practice, let's think of something. What are you not doing?
Well, I'm not doing like headstand or anything. I mean, I can just.
Oh, okay. You're having a shoulder thing?
No, I mean, I just don't do headstand. So.
Oh, okay. How about like you could do some dolphin?
Okay.
Like this, yeah? Or
Yep,
even
that works.
or even some back and forth dolphin like this.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. Something upside down with like with the shape of the shoulders sort of mimicking this shape. Yeah. So it can even be a good practice, as most of our interactions now are happening online, social media can be a little tricky, because there seems to be either a whole lot of good news happening or a whole lot of bad news happening, right? Seems to be kind of one or the other extreme, even when we're not sort of having a collective emergency, right? It seems to be that there's either like everybody's good news or everybody's bad news happening. So it can be a good moment to practice, like someone posts some good thing that's happened or someone posts something positive. Can I practice being friendly and compassionate in that moment, even on the inside, right? Because it's beneficial to my state of mind not to go into a envy place or a jealousy place or a how dare you be happy when I'm not happy place, and then likewise with people posting, more negative things. It can be helpful to feel, to extend compassion, to feel compassionate, but also just being mindful about how much of that you take on. It's a very fine line between being up to date and being aware of what's happening and being compassionate and extending ourselves to those who are hurting right now. And it's also important to be able to take a little bit of distance from it too, right? And the whole practice of sort of being in the moment is really important, right? Like even as things feel like, ooh, like things are kind of in a tailspin, sometimes it's helpful to pause and just say to myself, like, well, but right now I'm safe. Right now I have a roof over my head and I'm safe and comfortable. And I don't know, frankly, what's going to happen tomorrow. And none of us do. So yes, I can plan and I can adjust and I can be adaptable and I can be more adaptable and a better problem solver and a more creative problem solver if I can keep my cool, right? If I don't let the news spin me out, right? Okay, just about one more minute in your inversion practice there. And then you can go ahead and make your way into child's pose. You know, and in some ways we never know what's going to happen tomorrow, you know, but we even when we're not in times of crisis, we sort of act as if we know what tomorrow will bring or how tomorrow will unfold. And so being able to sort of stay steady in uncertainty is one of the like biggest benefits of having a regular yoga practice and a regular meditation practice, is just knowing that, you know, uncertainty is our reality. And those times when we convince ourselves otherwise, um, it's sort of then we get surprised, right? Then we get surprised when it doesn't, when things don't unfold the way we expect them to. Okay, so come up to seated position and bring the knees together, feet a little bit apart, and come to sit your seat between your feet. So if the seat doesn't come down towards the floor, put something under yourself. It could be a blanket, it could be a block, it could be pillows, it could be, I don't know, whatever you can find around you. And then from here, you can lean back on your hands and just lift your seat ever so slightly off the floor so that you can tip your pelvis so that the pubic bone comes a little bit more forward and the tailbone kind of moves more underneath you. And then see if you can sit back down into that. Now, this already might be quite intense, in which case, stay here. Just keep working with it and breathing. Otherwise, if you want to move further, you could move down towards your elbows, or you could lay all the way back in Supta Virasana or reclined Virasana. That's happening for me today. And remember that, you know, even if you're having an intense physical experience right now, a lot of times the sensations that we label as pain is just the muscles receiving new information. So sometimes the intensity just comes from the newness of information, from the body doing something out of its usual habit. But we should learn as yogis to like start to distinguish that kind of pain from the pain that is like your body telling you, like, hey, okay, stop. But as long as it's just that sort of new sensation or new information coming in, that's okay, because we want to grow past our comfort zone. We want to move outside of our normal way of doing things. Okay, come all the way back upright, seated Virasana. And then move forward onto your hands and your knees. And we'll press back to downward facing dog. Stretching out the legs. And then with an inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, the knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, slide forward into cobra. And then release down onto the abdomen. Bring the arms behind the back and interlace the hands together into one fist. With an inhale, lift your arms, lift your head, lift your chest, lift your legs. See that you're not scrunching the back of the neck, so try to pull the base of the skull a little bit away from the tops of the shoulders. And then slowly release down. Switch the interlace of the fingers so that you have the other interlace happening. Inhale, lift head, chest, legs, and arms. And exhale, release on down. Place the hands either side of the chest. Inhale, lift forward and up into upward dog. Exhale, go back downward dog. I'm laughing because I often joke about how one of the things that makes sort of home practice difficult is as soon as you hit the floor, you see the dust bunnies and you go, oh, maybe I should take care of that. And there's a temptation to go take care of the dust bunny under the couch that you just noticed rather than continue your practice. And that is literally just what happened to me in my mind. Okay, come forward into plank. And lower all the way through chaturanga onto the abdomen. Bend the knees. Reach back, catch hold of the ankles. Inhale, lift up. Dhanurasana. Breathe. And again, see if you can unscrunch the back of the neck. So move the base of the skull where your hair sort of stops. Move that away from the tops of the shoulders. And then slowly release down. Again, bend the knees. Reach back and just place the palms of the hands onto the soles of the feet. So palms of hands, soles of feet together. So without letting go with your hands, so don't let your hand leave your leg, but just slide the hand towards the inner ankle. And hopefully what happened is that the thumbs are facing up and the inner elbow, the soft part of the elbow, is facing to the side. And then lift up, head, chest, and legs, Dhanurasana or bow. Good, and then exhale, slowly release down. Place the hands on the floor either side of the chest. Lift forward and up into upward dog. And go all the way back, downward facing dog. Okay, here we go, the big moment. Step the right foot forward between the hands. And then see if you can extend the right leg forward for Hanumanasana, or splits. Lift the chest. Good, and then make your way back downward facing dog. Whatever that looks like for you. And then other side, step the left foot forward. And then get that left foot going forward. It can be a little tough with the sticky mat there, but get the left foot going forward for Hanumanasana. Lift your chest, stay upright. Try to face the fronts of both hips as much forward as is possible, even though it's nearly impossible with one leg going forward and one leg going back, but try. Good, and then make your way back, downward facing dog, even if it's not as graceful as you wish it would be. Come forward into plank and then lower all the way through chaturanga onto the abdomen and roll over onto the back. Place the feet onto the floor, lift the hips up, place the hands behind the back into one fist, and then push the arms down into the floor to lift up your chest and shrug both shoulders, both upper arm bones behind your chest at the same time. Actually, let's do that again. One more time in slow motion. Like usually what we do is we sort of lift up and then we wiggle like one side and the other and kind of wiggle ourselves there. For today, try to go like at the same time. So again, I'm pressing my hands down. I'm lifting my chest up and I'm gonna try to shrug both shoulders at once. And then separating the hands, release the back down onto the floor. So you can, of course, repeat half wheel preparation if you like. Otherwise, we're going to move into 3 wheels, 5 breaths each. So start by placing the hands on either side of the ears. Take the feet a little wider, the hands a little wider. Press down into the hands and feet and lift up. Keep breathing. And then lift the chin to the chest and slowly release down. Second time, place hands and feet. Prepare, and then with your inhale, lift on up. Count your breaths. And then chin to chest and release down. Pause, take a couple of breaths. I like to let my knees come together towards the midline just for a moment. Good, and then reset the feet, reset the hands. Last time, press down to lift up. Good, and then when you come down, I like to bring my knees like halfway in so you can place the palm of the hand onto the kneecap and kind of let the weight of the legs kind of move away from the body. So it's almost like the arms are those wires on a bridge that sort of just holding the weight of that part of the bridge. Never mind, that was a bad analogy. But let the weight go away from the body so there's tension in the arms. I'll study a little architecture before we meet next, and then I'll have that analogy all figured out. Good, and then once you've been there for a bit, then you can hug the knees a bit closer. And then taking both knees over to the left side, you could wrap up your legs if you like to do eagle legs for your twist. And then look over the right shoulder. And then bring the knees up into the chest and rewrap the legs the other way if you did so on the first side. Knees over to the right, look over the left shoulder, recline to twist. Bring the knees up to the center. And then come on up to a seated position. Sit upright. Straighten the legs forward out in front of you. Flex the feet. Sit up tall and fold forward Paschimottanasana. Lifting all the way up. And then we'll set up for either shoulder stand, or if you're not taking shoulder stand and you have a wall available to you, you could move towards the wall and have your legs going up the wall, back on the floor. If you don't have a wall and you're not taking full shoulder stand, here's what you can do. You can put something under your sacrum, a block or a stack of books or something, and then you could send both legs straight up to the ceiling. But notice how the chest is very open here and the belly is like soft. You don't want to kind of collapse down into it. You really want to have that nice chest opening here. So this would be like a variation of Viparita Karani or legs up the wall, but without the option of having a wall. So again, you're either legs up the wall or your legs up in the air or you're in full shoulder stand. So for those in shoulder stand, come into plow, halasana. And for those practicing halasana, start to make your way down out of it. And then if you are working on shoulder stand, we'll move into Matsyasana. So pressing the elbows down, lift the crown of the head to the floor, arching the upper back. Lift the chin to the chest. Come on down just for a couple of breaths. And then bend the knees into the chest and roll to one side to come on up to a seated position. And we'll do a short meditation together, but then you'll have Shavasana at the end, of course. So come up to your seated meditation. You can sit cross-legged, you can sit in a chair if it bothers your hips or your knees, but try to sit upright. And then just take a moment to feel the physical body, like feel the weight of the body against the floor and against your cushion. Feel any sensations happening in the body, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Take a moment to connect to the breath. And try to bring like as many beings into the field of your awareness as you can. So all the beings who are confused or scared right now, all the beings who are experiencing loss in any form, all of the beings who are actually sick or unwell, all of the beings who are helping, like, not nurses and medics, but all the beings that are making sure that we get food and water. Just bring as many people and animals and birds and fish and all. Just try to bring every sentient being into your imagination, as many as you can expand your consciousness to include. And then just silently in your mind, send out a wish. May all beings be happy. May all be healthy and well. May all be safe. May all beings experience peace and ease. May all be healthy. May all be happy. May all be safe. May all be at ease. May all be happy. May all be healthy and well. May all be safe. May all be peaceful and at ease. And then go ahead and lay down on your back for Shavasana, relaxation. So let the body start to settle down and be still. Let the breath return to a natural pace. So just natural cycles of breath. Notice if there's any tension in the body or any sort of energy that's getting stuck in the body. See if you can consciously relax that tension or that excess of energy. Might not happen right away, but see if you can release. You might find that the energy kind of regathers itself, and you might find a place of the body that's still sort of holding or gripping, and then again release it again. As many times as it takes, as many reminders as you need to give the body and the mind. Keep consciously releasing those sort of gathering of energy. And then start to take some deeper breaths. And start to bring some conscious movement into the body. Stretch the arms and the legs in opposite directions, giving yourself a nice big stretch. And relax. And then bending the knees into the chest, roll to one side. Come on up to a seated position. And let's Om together. Hey, I just want to thank everybody for joining me today. This has been so special.